The City of Vaughan has closed all facilities within parks, including sports fields, playgrounds, and dog parks. Joining us now live on the phone to talk more about this is the Mayor, Maurizio Bevilacqua. Thanks for coming on, Mayor. So this is a huge move to close the parks. Tell us what's behind it.
Well, it's behind it. We're taking the COVID-19 pandemic very seriously, and we're reviewing all the precautionary measures we have to put in place to break the chain of transmission. And we're encouraging social and physical distancing. It's very important. This is real. People need to understand that we have to be collectively responsible, but also individually responsible. And that is the reason why we've taken this one step further by announcing that effective immediately, all facilities within the city parks, including all sports fields, tennis courts, and dog parks, will be closed to the public.
So what kind of things, Mayor, were you seeing that were disturbing that led to this tipping point?
Well, people were still gathering in larger numbers than they should be, and basically not respecting themselves and also the community. And so what we needed to do was to send a strong message that we don't tolerate that kind of behavior. And so whether you're now, what you're talking about, even benches in parks, we're trying to limit these gatherings. And we're following the best science knowledge that is available. We're trying to do our best at our level of government to reduce this transmission. I mean, the numbers may spike up. We've seen it internationally. There is enough science to tell you that you have to and should reduce mobility. Otherwise, you'll get a situation, and Premier Ford announced all essential, the essential list. The bottom line is that list will shrink if people do not respect these very basic rules of physical distancing. There are other things that you could do. I mean, you could walk, bike, hike. There are so many things that you can do. We're so blessed to have this in our country and in our city, these diversity of choices. People need to be very respectful of each other, one another.
Okay, so how do you plan to enforce this and get the word out besides being on media? A lot of people, might have no clue. So they might see a sign at the park, but they might continue to go in no matter what. So how would you get down to enforcing this?
Well, the bylaw obviously is going to be involved in this, and people are going to have to understand. First of all, you get your message out, and I use various means of getting my message out, whether it's social media, programs such as yours. Also, I do calls to my entire city to tell them of what's going on, and I think that it's important that we begin to ramp up a little bit more on the discipline side, because I think that this is a serious time in our history that requires extraordinary measures. And so the other levels of government obviously have powers that lie within their jurisdiction, and I'm sure they're taking a very close look at it. Let's not turn this into a crisis and then act. Let's be proactive and do what we can, given the powers that we have here at the city, the province, and the country. I want to stress the seriousness of this today. That is my message.
All right, Maurizio Bevilacqua, Vaughan Mayor, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you.